Hello Spooky Fam, welcome back to the channel. I am Mercy Desdemona, and tonight we have an episode of Weird Theories. Now on the last poll, you guys voted for us to do some weird theories on Lizzie Borden. Before we get into that this week, I just want to say a big shout out to all the new Spooky Fam that have joined. Thank you for supporting the channel. And also, sorry for being gone for a little while. I had some things to take care of in my castle. So, anyway, the show must go on. If you are a weird kid grown into weird adult and you like all things horror, weird, and true crime, this is the channel for you. So I suggest joining the Spooky Fam by hitting that subscribe button. And now, without further ado, let's get into weird theories on Lizzie Borden. Now, here's the thing. When researching theories for this, it was very hard to find some interesting ones, which I thought was pretty odd with it being such an amazing case. A lot of it was a lot of disturbing fanfiction. I have seen things and I have read things that I cannot get out of my mind. I just want to say there's a lot of things that I wish that I did not see when researching these things. But I did find two that were super interesting, so we will talk about those today. Of course, the first theory is normally the one where everything that we are told is 100% true. She murdered her parents, all that stuff, and technically got away by pleading insanity. A lot of people are really intrigued by this murder story, so a lot of the theories that do come up, they get either such bad comments online instead of just having discussions, so like when you go to read the thread, they're gone. Or the two theories that I did find, they get so like railroaded by the Lizzie Borden groupies. And so, yeah. But the first theory we will definitely talk about is the fact that Lizzie wasn't the one that did it, but it was either her stepsister or her sister. I don't remember off the top of my head, and I don't have my notes because, hey, who needs to be prepared for making a video? Not me. Anyway, it was either her stepsister or her sister who actually did the crime. And Lizzie was a girl who took acting classes, and she was a very good actress, so she took the blame to protect her sister. And they, came up with this whole idea and was able to protect her sister's name. Kind of a simple theory, I know, nothing too interesting. Well, my spooky fan friends, I found a very tinfoil hat type theory about Miss Borden. And this one gets a little interesting, and I had to reread it like 60 times. So I have a little bit of it up here. I may have mistaken a little bit. And also, disclaimer, which I forgot to do at the beginning of the video, these videos are just for discussion only. I am not sitting here saying, this is factual, this is that. So people, stop trying to report me for just trying to talk weird shit, okay? It's getting weird, alright? I don't get it. I get a lot of stuff in my inbox like, I can't believe you're talking about that. I haven't really done anything nitty gritty yet. Keyword yet, because I'm going to. Anyway, let's get into this one. So this one is bizarre, but here we go. It didn't happen. The murders did not happen. And this is the theory. And they say that this didn't happen at all because it was a big money laundering scheme. The Bordens were like elite people in the town of where they lived, and they had a lot of like relationships with high ranking individuals. So like if they wanted to do a big scheme and pay off people in the process, they very well could have. Back then, they didn't really have identification technology, nor did they have like tracing anything like we do today. And so this is a theory where the family was getting, I think it said because there was some sort of financial crisis happening and they didn't want to lose anything. And they came up with this scheme. And so they wanted it so the father and mama could go away and let Lizzie and her sister be able to keep some of the family money and keep living out their days in the family home. But also, like, be left alone. So they created the scheme of Lizzie being this murderous woman and a little bit cuckoo, so people would just leave her alone and keep like their noses out of their business because they knew like the town would like what's the word I'm looking for, like, you know, basically turn against them and like not even try to pry afterwards because people would be mad that she wasn't technically found guilty. Um, so this is how they think they faked it. They think that Lizzie Borden's dad, who was a banker at the time, was in and knew of some financial things going on and he wanted to protect his family, but he also didn't want to get caught doing some really shady financial shit, you know what I'm saying? So they took two corpses from a cemetery, dressed them up in clothes of the father and mother, and just made them so unrecognizable to pose as the father and mama so they could go away and nobody would even question to try to find them, and that way like they could go away, and if Lizzie and her sister needed money they could send them money and all this kind of stuff. So and because they didn't really deep dive into shit back then like they could today, so they're like, oh shit, she just chopped up her family, this is messed up. And because, again, Lizzie did take acting classes and she was really, really good at it, she loved being in the spotlight and being seen as the crazy one, knowing that her financial security and everything was a-okay. So this is a theory that pisses a lot of Lizzie Borden groupies off a lot. Because there's a lot of people that are like, oh, we go to the house and we feel the spirits and stuff like that. Which, you know what? I believe in feeling energies, okay? I don't care if that makes me sound a little crazy. I do not care. Look at my channel. This whole channel makes me sound crazy, okay? Anyway, and I'm not saying like some of the paranormal shit isn't real, but sometimes these cases, I'm wondering how many of them actually have like a shady truth to it, like something like this. Um, and we just know the folklore. Kind of like what we're talking about in the H.H. Holmes episode, where like he was embellished for the year. So it's kind of interesting to think about. These are the top two I found. There are a couple that I have that are stragglers that I think that I might just post on Twitter. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, go ahead and do that. I promise I don't tweet too much. I do, post on a lot of weird shit. And for the love of God, what is with all the Nicolas Cage shit lately? You guys always make me laugh. Anyway, so like they're not like deep theories, but they're little ones, so I will post them sporadically. There will be a poll tonight. So after you watch this episode, please head over to my Twitter and vote for the next episode of Weird Theories. Saturday, we are back with a brand new true horror. No, 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 that's Tuesday. Saturday, we are back with another Chamber of Horrors, where we go back to 1970s independent films. We're going to take a look at that. And Tuesday, we're coming back with True Horrors because it's been a while since I posted True Horrors, and I feel like it needs to be done. So yeah, go vote on the new Weird Theories, and yeah. Have a good one. Stay spooky. If you want to recommend me a film to watch or anything like that, my comments are always open. And